foot. There we go. All right. So, what we're going to do tonight is, first of all, does everyone on here, we're going to have some guests hop on a little late, but that's perfectly fine. But does everyone on here know if they are a cool undertone or a warm undertone? Does everyone know?
I think I'm a cool.
Cool.
I'm a
Hmm.
warm.
Warm, we got to make sure both. So if you don't know, some things that you can go by to figure it out are, do you go out in the sun and when you're out in the sun, do you just burn? That would mean you're cool. If you go out in the sun, do you burn then tan? That's going to be more of a neutral, but it could swing either way. And then do you go out in the sun and you just get bronze beauty like Chrissy? Okay, we all want her skin. Let's face it. That would mean you're a warm. So you can start there. And then another thing you can look at are your veins. What color are your veins? If they're blue, you are a cool. And if they're green, you are normally a warm. Something else you can look at is the color of jewelry, which this didn't personally help me because I always thought I looked better in gold. But then I'm really a cool undertone. So technically my jewelry color should be silver. So that's can it's going to give you a little bit of an insight. But why is this important, y'all? It's important for you for to find your best looks because it's going to accentuate your best features. For instance, I am a cool undertone, but I can swing both ways because my hair is warm. And I was born with red, warm hair. So I can either be a cool or a warm, and I am abnormal. Trust me. That's why I was wearing the wrong foundation shade for the first 6 years of my Mary Kay history. But I would notice my under eyes would be a little bit darker, or all you would see all the black dark circles if I leaned towards warm colors. Your skin looks a little bit off color. You look dull, you look faded, as opposed to you wearing your colors in your season, you are going to look alive, awake. Your best features are going to be highlighted, and you are just going to look like a human being and not on your deathbed. So, I have had a lot of fun learning through all of these seasons and how to figure it out because it's helping my customers. I am able to help them figure out their seasons and I can guide you to our materials if you need to. But it is helping them with not only their makeup, but their clothing as well, right? So some people are going to look better in black than they would in gray. And that's where it all comes in context, okay? And we all know that there's a bazillion different forms of every color, but when you wear your best color, you're going to look your best, feel your best, and perform your best. So I love that Mary Kay, in their fall launch, they launched a warm palette and a cool palette. So, Chrissy is obviously the warm. She calls this the pumpkin spice palette. I'm going to be using the cool palette tonight, and we're just going to show you some different applications. We might even show you how to use this palette on your cheeks as a highlighter, all of the things. And we're also going to work with some of our other products. You can see Rigsy decided to chew up a deep concealer. So I'm going to show you how you can use a concealer to do your contour. So there are many fun ways that you can use our palettes, or our products. I'm all about using them in multiple ways for multiple benefits because, I mean, why not? If you're going to buy a palette and you can use it on your cheeks and as a highlighter and on your eyes, you can't go wrong with that, right? So, Chrissy, anything else you want to add?
No, well, yes. No, well, yes. But the one thing that I do want to add is that y'all have fun in color, right? And so it's not like a tattoo or a painting. If you mess up, you could just get some oil-free eye makeup remover, totally take it off and try it again. Okay. And you can discover, like Jess said, like your season. So your beauty consultant can help you with that. But you can also discover some colors that you was like, I would never wear that, but just try and be like, oh, that actually looks good. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna jump into it. Jess, can you put both of us on the screen?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get my primer on, y'all. Before you do absolutely anything, my face is already moisturized, so I'm just gonna add my primer. Jess already has her CC cream on. Um, and y'all, this primer is a must, okay? So this is kind of like an invisible buffer for your face. So if you wear foundation of any kind, you want to make sure that you have a primer. Now, okay, so I'm currently driving a pink Cadillac right now, and I have a 7-month-old. His name is Elias. He's awesome. You might hear him in the background. I don't know. But I still put this primer on every single day, even if I don't wear makeup. Okay. Because it does have SPF 15 in it, and it's going to act as a barrier from getting all that gookiness on your face. But I kind of call this the pothole filler. So our face naturally has pores. And so as you put this primer on, y'all, it is so silky, but it fills in all the imperfections that you might have so that when you do your foundation and your CC cream and all the things, that it'll look flawless and then you won't look like the cake face lady. Okay. So I just went ahead and applied that. And then just did you do your brows? I don't got my glasses on, so I can't tell.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so she did her brows. So y'all, I wanted to show I was gonna put my makeup on at first, but I was at the beach on Sunday at a celebration of life, and I totally got fried. Okay. And so I am going to show you guys that it's totally okay to mix your foundation and your CC cream. And so that's what I'm going to do right now because my face is a little bit sore from the sun. I really thought the event was inside and it was outside, so I didn't like really put a lot of sunscreen on. So my face is a little sore, but I love to mix the Time Wise liquid foundation and the CC cream because it's very hydrating to the skin because the CC cream is so hydrated. And I'm using, so you know how Jess talked about using multi different products. Because my face is so sensitive right now, I'm actually using the all over powder brush to put on my face because the bristles are much softer because my skin is like a little irritated at the moment. So I'll let Jess take it over and then I'm gonna get this on my face. And when I don't have glasses on, I can't see, so this is gonna be here. Okay.
We'll work with you, Chrissy. All right. While Chrissy does her face on, I'm going to show you how you can use our concealers as a contour. So these are our new formulas of our concealers, and what I love so much about them is that y'all, you could do your whole face if you wanted to with these concealers. We have more shades that is going to get your perfect match. And they also have skincare in them. So they are going to not only help conceal what you want to conceal, but they're also going to plump your skin and give you a nice glow. And it is going to serve your skin well with that skincare built in. I know that the new under eye corrector has got glycerin in it, which is really going to keep the skin hydrated. And it also has licorice extract, which, if you did not know, I'm going to go in with the under eye corrector here in a minute. Licorice extract, y'all. I had a meeting with a new customer the other day, and I was like, "Girl, have you ever heard extract in a product before?" Because she was a skincare guru, and she was like, "No, girl." And I was like, "Well, let me tell you all the amazing things that it does, y'all. It is basically going to reverse any dark pigment underneath your skin. So when used over time, it is also going to lighten up those dark circles. And you can see, and y'all, Chrissy, I love her so much. So I actually had to ask her one time when I first joined. I was like, how did bronze skin beauties use our under eye corrector? And she was like, girl, I have to teach my customers all about it and how to, put it on and use it properly so they can get the most use out of there because we only had one shade, but now we have two. So we have the peach one right here. Let me see. We had the peach one right here. And then we have Chrissy's shade right there. So that's the deep peach. So now we can offer a more variety for our customers. And Chrissy is going to demo just how you use it on your skin. Have you been
Okay,
using this,
y'all.
Chrissy?
Yes. And so one thing I would want to say is even if you are like ivory or beige, if you have really dark circles, I would highly recommend you to use the deep peach, because the one thing I love about this color, this deep peach is going to help to cancel out any purple. And I know it looks scary right now, and literally you only need a little bit. Like that's kind of like a lot, because I got a little squeeze happy there. But I'd like to just kind of put it on with a concealer brush, just right under my eyes. Okay, because I have a 7-month-old, and like, yeah, I got the dark circles. So it kind of is, I'm gonna look like a raccoon really quick. But y'all, it's really gonna help to cancel out. And then I'm just gonna go back in with my ring finger and just kind of press it in my skin. Okay. And you need very little. This is kind of like a lot, so I'm gonna have to put my, and when you use this color, you'll have to put your concealer on top of it. Like just the under eye corrector that she used, her color, she doesn't need to do that. She can put that right on top of her foundation or her CC cream. But when you use this deep peach to cancel, you will have to put your foundation or concealer on top. And one thing as a bonus that it looks like I look like I'm getting ready for Halloween. That I like to do, I like to let it just kind of sit on my skin just for a little bit. And just kind of like percolate in my skin. And then I'm going to do my brows real quick. So Jess is going to show you. Y'all, did y'all see how that concealer makes her face? Your face looks snatched.
I know. It's
Contour
like,
concealer.
look at that. And it's like
And which color
glowing.
did you use?
I use, y'all, literally Riggs chewed this up last night and I was like, God bless it. I'm gonna have to use it for myself. And I looked at it and I was like, it's awfully dark. So it's deep 3, but it is the perfect contour, is it not? And look, you guys, both of these, the contour and the under eye corrector, well, really the concealer and the under eye corrector, they are so hydrating. It just looks like my skin is just like so hydrated. And I'll be the first to tell you, I've got elephant skin, so it is not hydrated. It is definitely these products. But what I'm also finding is that I don't want to say our old under eye corrector was a bad formula because it was literally one of my top 5 must have products. But this new under eye corrector and concealer, I am not having to set it with any powders. I am not having to touch it up. It moves with my skin, which means that it's not going to crease on you. And when you have mature eyes like me and mature under eyes like me, then it is really beneficial that it moves with your skin to avoid any creasing or cracking. Kristen had a question. So does it go on top of the CC cream and under the concealer?
You're talking about this color, Kristen?
Yeah.
Just the under eye corrector in
This.
general.
So normally you would put the under eye corrector on first, but I just it's my mama brain. Normally I would just do the under eye corrector first and then put the CC cream and stuff on top.
Okay,
But y'all,
there is I don't
can't
want you
see
guys
it.
to see my chaos and my dogs fighting. So there is a great diagram in your new lookbook and it tells you the order of application. So what it says is it says apply the Mary Kay under eye corrector and then the blend it out just like Chrissy did. And then over the under eye corrector, you put those dots of concealer and blend. And you guys look how flawless that is. That is absolutely amazing. I love it. If you do not have these, they're going to be your new best friend. I promise you that. All right, let me fix
Yes.
my video.
And y'all, I'm using our eye defining pencil. I love it because it literally just makes my brows look so natural. Short strokes is all you need to do. And it's going to give you the effect of making it look just like your actual brows, your eyebrow hairs.
Chrissy is the brow queen, let me tell you. I'm still stuck on my brow kit You guys can see, y'all, I've used this since the first day and look how much it's left. It's crazy to me. Chrissy's gonna have to teach me how to do brows when I come stay at her house. But I just use the eyebrow pencil and I literally, y'all, this is all I do. Like, people laugh at me, but this is all I do. Boom, I'm done. Out the door. But my brows never look good as Chrissy's, so
Oh,
that
girl.
tells you.
Y'all, I'd like to because I don't have my brows done. Haven't been to getting them threaded since I've had the baby. Um, I like to clean my brows up with concealer. And so my shade is actually medium 3. So which is awesome. Like naturally, like my foundations are a bronze skin tone, but my concealer is actually in a medium color. And so with that, how I'm just gonna clean it up, I'm just gonna go right underneath. I'm gonna follow my natural um line here. And then I'm literally going to, hopefully you guys can see this.
We can.
Okay. I'm going to cover a lot of my hairs because y'all, this is how much I need to get cleaned up. All of that. That's what all this mad hair right there. But I love these concealers because they cover so well. And I like to clean concealer up for a lot of things. Brows. I also like to use concealer when I'm cleaning up my lips as well because it really gives it like a super sharp like look, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm just using my eyebrow eyeliner brush to do this. Y'all, this is one of my favorite brushes. If you don't have it, get with your beauty consultant because you definitely need it. And then I'm just going to kind of brush this up.
So, Chrissy, since you're the concealer queen, you said what color did you use?
My color is medium 3.
Okay, because I'm gonna try to do my whole face with just the concealer since it covers so well. But what do you recommend them? How would you recommend them finding a concealer shade for them?
So I definitely, well, the first thing you got to do is get with your beauty consultant, right? Because she can match you. That's going to be the best thing. But if you are not close to her, then I would do our foundation. We have this really cool foundation tool that you can take virtually to do it. It's almost like an exact match, like really, really well. And then we can convert the concealers over. Or if you already use a Mary Kay concealer that you love, we have a conversion for that. And so, like Jess said, there are 9 shades now. So there's 3 new shades. And so there's like 1 extra shade for ivory, 1 extra shade for beige, and 1 extra shade for bronze and deep skin tones. Okay. So, but almost y'all, like just looking at you, you can pretty much match the concealer. It's really easy. That's how simple and easy these are because these concealers actually warm up to your skin too, which is nice. So it has like technology in it that will make it look super natural. Okay. All right. So I got my brows done. All right. So I think Jess is going to go ahead and start with her eyes, and then I'm going to conceal and fix my under eye here.
Awesome. And one thing that I also wanted to mention about the concealers and the under eye correctors, y'all, they're water resistant and sweat resistant. So that is why I definitely want to try these all over to see how well they hold up when I get all sweaty. But having them on my hand, I wash my hands and the water beads up kind of like on your windshield. So it's not going to move. It's going to stay all day, which is one of my favorite things. So I think I'm going to be a light 3 since I tried a medium 1 and that definitely was not it. All right, so in these palettes, y'all, there are a matte color, a shimmer color, and then almost like a holographic color in both the warm and the cool palette. So this one is, of course, the cool palette. And this shade, okay, let me take this off. I want to tell you guys what the shades are. So this shade is, and my dogs are fighting. This shade right here is the called Hearts Aflame. It's absolutely beautiful. This one in the middle is called Lilac Sparks. Y'all, I've been wearing this almost every single day. This one, that's the
That's my
holographic
favorite
one.
color. That's my
Yes.
favorite color.
This one is Glistening Aurora. So this is what I've been using as a highlight. This one down here is um Smokin' Taupe, which is beautiful. And then this pink color is Pink Inferno, which is another holographic one. And then this one is a super light, fierce violet. Oh, I might have gotten them backwards. I did. So this one's the violet purple, and then this one is the smoke and taupe, right? The lighter one. So here's how I've been applying this palette. I've been dipping into the smoking taupe with a blending brush right here. I have hooded eyes, so I have to go a little bit above. Let me blur these fools out real quick. No one wants to watch them wrestle. All right, a little bit above my crease. And I'm not going at as like for a super dramatic look. I'm going for a more everyday look. And then you can always add more to make it more dramatic. So back and forth with that blending brush in a little circular windshield wiper motion. And what I love about these is they're buildable. So start super light and then you can always add more. And like Chrissy said, what is the worst that can happen if you get this on your face and you're like, oh my gosh, I look like I'm trying to do Halloween makeup, like Chrissy just said. Either you need to blend, 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 or you can just take it off and start over. It's not a tattoo, it's not permanent. So I've just been creating that crease. And y'all, your customers are going to love these palettes because they're not just for fall. They can be used for all seasons. And a tip that I love to share with my customers is if they have the Pro palette or the Perfect palette, they can just scoop these out with the tin and stick them right in there. You best believe that's what I'll be doing because I like to have everything together. All right, so that's my crease. Chrissy, what are you doing in yours?
Look at it. Bye-bye dark circles. Yeah,
That
look.
looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that.
I'm excited. And y'all see my I'm burnt right here, so I actually probably have to go up a foundation shade, but nevertheless. Now that my neck is burnt. Okay, so what I am gonna do is I'm gonna actually build on the color. So let me tell you what my colors are. This color right here is called Ignited Ivory. It's very, very pretty. Almost reminds me of like a mermaid. This middle color is called the Gold Greatness. Okay, so it's more, it reminds me of like an old gold, okay, which is like a metal gold, if that makes sense. And this one is Radiant Bronze. All right, and so these are our glitter shades. All right, and then down here, this matte shade, and I'm going to start with this one. This one is Hot Clay. The middle one is Fiery Coral. So it's like it almost reminds me of like a sparkle terracotta color. And then this is Bring It Brown. Okay, and that is a matte color. But I'm going to start with this Hot Clay color. And I'm just going to put it all over my fluffy brush. This fluffy brush will be your best friend. And I am just going to go lightly. So I don't have hooded eyes like Jess. So I'm just going to take this color and I'm just going to go right here in my actual crease. Okay. So one thing too, what I like to do, I like to just pack it on my brush and then I like to actually just push the product in. Okay. I like to just push the product in. You're going to get a ton of color payoff when you push the product in. Because I like to do kind of like blended the windshield wiper motion to kind of make everything blend. Okay, so I'm just going to push. See what I'm doing? I'm just taking it, going right in that crease, and I'm pushing it in just like that. Okay. I'm going to do the other side, and I'm just going to just push it right in. Okay.
While she does that, I am going to go in with this middle color right here. Y'all, it is absolutely beautiful. I sprayed my brush with our finishing spray because it is that sparkly holographic color. So I want to pick it up with a wet brush and put it on my face and it's or my eyes, and it's going to stay and it's going to accentuate the color. So I just push it in kind of like Chrissy does. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
And I just stay on the inner part of my eye.
So you see how Jess pushed that in and she's like bringing it even up here. Do you see how it's widening her eyes? So it's kind of like lifting when you bring that lighter color and bring it up, just kind of like right underneath the brow bone. It helps to lift up your eyes. And that looks really pretty. So while she's doing that, I'm going to go in with this other matte color, bring it brown. And I am going to just put this on just the edge right here. And I'm just going to pack it in. Okay. I'm just going to pack it in if you guys can see that. It doesn't look like two different colors, but it totally is.
Yeah, you can tell.
Okay. You know, I ain't got my glasses on, so.
I got you, girl.
All right. So I'm just going to pack that in on both sides.
First of all, isn't Chrissy's skin flawless? Like, I'm always so jealous of her skin. All right, this one's easy, y'all. Super easy. So I'm taking this darker shade down here, right here. This is the Fierce Purple, and I'm going to create dimension on the outer part of my eye. Gonna use that same fluffy brush, but I literally just tap it in like that. And then you can build it. Simple as that, y'all. When people tell me that eye makeup is too hard, I'm like, girl, if you can do color by number, we can get you comfortable with eye makeup.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to do the same thing that Jess did because that I love to do with the finishing spray. I'm going to come in with this terracotta color, the Fury Coral, but spraying it with the finishing spray because it has that shimmer on it. Our makeup finishing spray has so many different uses, y'all. So y'all look at that color payoff.
Yeah,
OMG.
that's pretty. What's that color you're using?
It is the Fiery Coral, the middle bottom color.
I need to play in that palette.
So you know how Jess kind of went up above like this? I'm going to stay right underneath that crease, okay? So I'm just going to tap this in the middle, like so. Y'all see that?
Oh, it's almost like a halo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I need to learn how to do that. And y'all, one thing I want to tell you is, first of all, if you don't have a Mary Kay brush set, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Our brush set has, it comes with the carrying case and it's 5 brushes, y'all, for the same price that you can buy one at Sephora or Ulta. I'm telling you right now. Plus, we're 100% buyback guarantee. So if you don't have a brush set, that would be one of the first things I would either put on my wish list or buy myself. But it does not come with these fluffy blending brushes. And I recommend that you have two at all times. I have one for my color application, and then I have one that stays pretty much clean for my blending, right? You don't want to start blending with the same brush that you use to put all your color on because then it's just going to create a big black mess, like a black eye, really. So I have an old blending brush that I use, and then I just blend it all in.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna totally take this middle gold and I'm gonna finish my right here because I want to show y'all how awesome these colors are. Remember, I'm just going right underneath my crease line there. And anytime that you use shimmer, you just want to tap, okay? You don't want to windshield wiper shimmer. You just want to press it in um, ever so lightly. I'm gonna do that one. Both eyes.
And then, y'all, I just use our under eye corrector and put the teeniest dot on my brush, and then I'll dot it right here. And that's how I clean up. I know Chrissy likes to be precision, especially on her brows, but y'all know I can't sit still that long.
And then I'm going to come take this white color, which is, let me give you the name again, Ignited Ivory. And I'm going to use so this is like a shimmer, but I'm going to use just put it really light underneath here as a highlight. You see that? Right underneath my brow bone. Just not a lot, just very light. I'm just going to lightly fluff it underneath that brow bone. So it's just going to kind of highlight that. And then I'm going to take my brush that I use with the spoolie. I'm going to take a little bit of that ivory again, and I'm going to put it right here in my corner, just to give that a little pop, right in that tear duct.
That looks good, Chris.
And like Jess said, I like to clean everything up, but I like to clean it up with my foundation. So I'm going to put a little bit of foundation back on my brush. And y'all, normally I would use our liquid foundation brush. That's like my go-to for foundation. But again, my skin is a little burnt, irritated. So I'm just using this softer brush. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to squeeze it. And then I'm going to just line and clean it up. All right. And I like to use my foundation to do this part because then I can just blend it out and it just blends right into my skin. But I have that precision of that clean line look. Okay. Because you do not want your eye color to go past the tail of your brow. So that's just a little pointer. All right.
Yeah, I love that. That looks so good. It literally looks like a pumpkin spice latte.
I know. That's why well, what is it called? It's called Inner Fire. But I'm like, that's the pumpkin spice palette. I love it. It
Yeah.
has all the fall colors in it. And it really can pretty much go with anything, to be honest with you.
All right, so I'm going to show you two different blushes, okay? Because I love our gel cream blushes. They are buildable. They have hyaluronic acid in them. They are moisturizing and they're just so easy to apply. I mean, you could do it with your finger, you could do it with the blending brush. I just dot it on and then I take our cheek brush and just tap it on in.
So soft.
Yeah, so subtle and it's totally buildable. But what I've been loving to do with this palette is I've been loving to use this purple color right here, which is called Pink Inferno, as my blush. You could even use that if you have a more of a darker skin tone, but y'all, it is gorgeous. Look. And it's got some shimmer into, like, look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
I mean, stunning. But you can also see how hydrating that is. But they're both gorgeous. We're just gonna make a match. And then, whoops, I got a dark color right there. And then I've actually been using this gold right here as a highlight. How perfect is that? So I've been using the little limited edition highlight brush and just dipping it on and just highlighting where you would normally highlight, where the sun is naturally going to hit your face, usually on the tip of your nose, on your forehead, and then along your cheeks. And then I love doing what Chrissy said and just swiping it right under your brows.
And y'all, I love to mix these two colors in our cream blushes. This one is Soft Buff and this one is Coral Kiss. Okay, so you see that. I just kind of like to just put it right on there. And then I'm going to take our Love This Cheek brush. Okay, and then y'all, this makes it look so soft and almost kind of like a porcelain doll, like a baby doll. And it's just so light. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you something else that I do with blush. And I love blush. And so I like to take my blush all the way just to right here. Okay. But let me tell you, you can, if you have a favorite regular, what do you call that? Mineral powder blush. Like I love this color right here. I have done this Desert Rose and mix it with the golden copper, right? Because you can put regular blush on, like a powder blush, right? It gives you that shimmer. Wait, let me make sure. Okay, yeah. I can't see. But then putting this soft buff on top of it just makes it look like butter. Like when I tell y'all, I love the way putting a little bit and then putting just a touch on it. I mean, it just takes it to the next level. And so, and it just gives you this nice little sheen that makes your cheeks glow. And so I love that. So you could do it regular, just a cream blush, and it's super soft, but this kind of gives you like a luminous glow to your cheeks. And just like Jess, I absolutely, in this palette, love the ivory color for a highlighter. I just put it on this part of the cheek brush, and I like to put my highlighter just kind of, see that? Golden. Yeah. I just like put a little bit there, do a little bit on my button, and you need very little, okay? And then the same, I just put it right above my cheeks and then blend. And you got everything in this one palette.
Yeah.
So lighter, cheek, put a little bit down here. All right, and the mascara I'm gonna use tonight is our waterproof because I feel like I look crazy, so I'm gonna throw some mascara on. This is our waterproof mascara. I love waterproof anything, you know, because now after having the baby, like my hormones are just like, I'm always just, everything is like, I'm always emotional. It's interesting. But with the, this is part of our Lash Love line. I like to take it, shimmy. It's my favorite thing to do.
And while she's doing that, you guys, my favorite thing about our waterproof mascara is that I have people who are like, well, I want that vavoom of the Lash Intensity mascara, but I want it to be waterproof. I'm like, girl, that ain't no problem. You just put this on first. Chrissy taught me this. Top this with this, and it will make any of our mascaras waterproof. So if your customers love a certain mascara and it gives them volume or length, but they want the waterproof, they can get two mascaras and they can make it waterproof, which I absolutely love. I think it's genius.
Yep. And for a tip, my favorite one to do the bottom lashes, you just take this and put it vertically and you just kind of brush. And you just kind of, you see how I'm pulling down, and then you don't get any mascara under there. And and you do it so simple. So you just kind of brush it across and then just pull, brush and pull. Boom.
Love it.
See that?
And y'all, Mary Kay killed it with this launch because not only do we have the warm and cool palettes, we have the warm and cool blushes, but we also have the warm and cool lips. And y'all, if you haven't seen the fall trends in makeup or glam recently, it is kind of having like a bold eye with a soft, velvety foundation face and then a little bit of tint to your lips. Not, you don't want to do, I mean, you can, but because there's no rules in makeup. But if you're using a bold eye, you want to step it back a little bit on your lips. If you're having a bold red lip, you want to go more natural on your eyes. So we have the coral color, which is for the warmer skin tones. And then we have my favorite, y'all. I probably have 8 of these open because I lose one and then I can't live without it. So I just walk into my office and grab another one and then I usually find it. And then we have the cool one, which is radiant pink. And y'all, every single person I've showed this to has been like, oh my gosh. But it is not dark. It is not a lot of color. It smells like raspberry, like a lip smacker, and is the vintage antique packaging not the cutest thing you've ever seen. Like I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So you can wear this with a lip liner, without a lip liner, and it's gonna hydrate and just give you a little pop of color.
So yeah, we're doing it without lip liner today because we want you guys to see. Look at how nourishing that is.
Yeah, it's
Like,
amazing.
I just want to keep putting it on. You don't really need to do this like that many times, but it just does really feel that good.
It does. What does it have in it? Do we know? I'm gonna look it up right now because there has to be something special in it.
And it really makes sure if you want like a nude, because if anybody's like, I'm not really a color girl, but I want some moisture, so I kind of want a nude lip, this is like the perfect color, the Coral Bliss. Like it's like perfect, perfect, like nude. And it feels so good.
So it has how do you pronounce it? Jojoba. How do you say that? Jehovah? Je
Jojoba oil.
Jojoba oil and almond
Jojoba.
oil, which I know Kristen is allergic to
J.
nuts. But Kristen, this doesn't bother you, right? You've been using this lip gloss.
Yes. But I do notice that it'll sometimes plump my lips up, but I don't get itchy.
Okay, so it might be a little tingly to you, but it's not going to put you in anaphylactic shock to have this.
No, and I
Good to
have to
know.
be careful with what I do with almonds.
Yeah.
Jen's freaking out right now.
Yeah. So just a little pop of color. But y'all, I mean, it took us I would say probably about 30 minutes because we did start a little bit late and then we were talking about seasons, but we walked you through it. Like you could literally take this palette, take this and your CC cream or your liquid foundation or your concealer and you would have your entire face and you would be able to do it in 10 to 15 minutes. And I don't know about you guys. Well, I know Chrissy's this way now, but I don't have any kids, so I can take as long as I want to do my makeup. But Chrissy's learning very quickly that she's got to be in and out really quick because even though her little boy is so sweet, he is getting ready to be on the move and he is, doing all the baby things. So quick, easy, glam look. And y'all, think about all the options that you have with this palette. If and when, or I should say when, you guys grab your either cool or your warm palette, I want you guys to start playing in the colors, play in them and share them with us because I always learn something new when I watch Chrissy do her makeup. I'm sure vice versa. But y'all, there's 6 colors in here. So really, if you think about it, you probably have 20 different looks that you can do from one palette. And it's easy, it's quick, it's simple, it is long lasting color, and it's just going to be gorgeous on either your cool skin tone or your warm skin tone. So if you're a consultant, stock up on these because I know that all of my friends are going to be getting this for their Christmas present or in their stocking or at just as a because gift because they're absolutely phenomenal. The colors are amazing and you can't go wrong with this. Literally, you can't.
Right.
So, anything else, Chris?
Nope, I'm just loving this look.
I know when we first did these little looks, when we were doing our season, you had tried one of your season colors and you were like, I've never worn these colors. And I can remember how great it looked, like so good. Everyone was like, you need to go get Brandon to take you out to dinner. So do not be afraid to sit down and play in color. And if you don't know your season and you're a consultant or a guest on here tonight, get with your beauty consultant. If she can't, if she's not a master at this, she can grab her director and we can all get together on Zoom in person, figure out your season because makes a world of a difference. And people are going to look at you like, what are you doing? You're 10 years younger and you're really not. You are just using your colors that are accentuating your best features and highlighting the best stuff that you have. And that's what we want to do is make everyone feel their very best all the time, little makeup or a lot of makeup and everywhere in between. All right, guys.
Does anybody have any questions before we go?
Bring all that to retreat so you can show me in person.
I have a quick question.
Yes,
Kim.
On the waterproof mascara,
Mhm.
will the oil-free makeup remover take that off without an issue?
Yes, yes. And I have really sensitive eyes, as you know, like I'm probably like really close to the computer screen because I can't see. When I don't have my contacts in, I can't see, but my eyes are super sensitive and everything is like hypersensitive even after the baby. Didn't nobody tell me that. But I still wear my waterproof mascara. And the waterproof mascara is like, I mean, the oil-free eye makeup remover is the best on the market. I take a cotton swab for the waterproof. I take the cotton swab and I just put it on like this and I let it sit there for like 3 seconds. And then I do 1, 2, 3 swipe and it's off and it's gentle and it's not irritating. So the waterproof mascara is amazing and the eye makeup remover is like even better. So you got the best of both worlds.
Okay,
that was
great.
a
Thank
good
you.
question, Kim, because that's why I kind of didn't use it. Because, growing up with mascara waterproof, it was like you're scrubbing your eyes for a good long time. And that's kind of where I strayed away. And then I stayed at Chrissy's house. She's like, girl, no. And literally, you just hold it over, it melts it right off. I do a little dance, and then it takes it right off. It's crazy how it works.
Okay,
So it's
let me show you
waterproof and
something.
non-waterproof. Yeah, show us, Chrissy.
Okay, so you see this makeup. Can you see the two different where it separates, almost kind of like oil and vinegar, but it's not oil and vinegar? So the top part of this, it takes off all waterproof makeup. And the bottom part of the ingredients takes off everything else. So when you have your eye makeup remover, you definitely have to shake it to activate it. You're going to get the best results when you shake it so that it is super gentle and then it just kind of looks like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But so it has ingredients in it that's going to help to condition your lashes, but also help to take off anything. So you're not like Jess said, scrubbing and your eyes are turning red and, the skin underneath our eyes is the thinnest skin in our whole entire body. And you're not looking like super wrinkly or old too quick because you're scrubbing your eyes with your waterproof eyeliner or mascara or whatever you're using that's waterproof. So this stuff is like, ta-da.
Life.
Great question. Any other questions? Okay.
And all of these products are available on all of our websites for everyone to order. If you're anything like me, I have a little bag and it's got all the new products in it. And don't you think I won't stop someone in the Food Lion parking lot and be like, girl, you need to come try these because they're so awesome. So make sure you grab your new fall products because almost everything we talked about tonight is limited edition, except for the under eye correctors and the concealers. And that means when they're gone, they're gone. And we would rather you have them instead of us searching for them when you want them and they're sold out. So grab your fall products and we can play in tons of color, find your season, and you can look your very best. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Thanks for being on.
Great evening.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.